stack up against the other evidence. Your Honor, I'd like the statement Iris just made added to the testimony. But does it have something to do with this case? All will be made clear if you allow her statement to be added to the record. This should be fun. Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we? Yes, sir. By the time the murder took place, the sound already stopped.
Objection!
Let's go to 30 reveals the contradiction in this statement, Your Honor. Messed up.
Objection!
I'm not doing that. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That this isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. But you couldn't have crossed the sea bridge at that time. Why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, the sea bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge, it was on fire? You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down. What? It can't. It can't be. It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney! Oh! Order! The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside wall. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge. Body or no body. Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying, I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Objection!
The only person here that is truly contemptible is you. Old man. Me? How dare you! Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. Squat! The important thing now is to find out the truth. Isn't that right? Yes, of course. But whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are 2 facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise the Oxen was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And the second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Elise the Oxen's body. Good point on both accounts. That's right, I'm not lying. What are you claiming this time? I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy.
Objection!
You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memories of that night is hazy?
Objection!
It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, Wright, maybe you can explain this for the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burned down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick? Ugh. Well, not exactly, no. Some other ways to get across that burnt bridge. Unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. Looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation. You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Ah! Let's hear your testimony once more. About what, Your Honor? You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contains a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? Misunderstanding, I see. This is a photo of dusty bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident. It certainly was burnt to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. Testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth, and Maya will be accused of murder. That's right. I'm only going to say it one more time. It is only human to err, and only humans can spot the errors of our ways. The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. Other than walking on the bridge, there's no way to move the body.
Objection!
A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What? You're saying it's possible. Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Who is it? Who is this witness? Can't take it out here. I gotta keep on attacking. Go, go, go! Miss Elise Dioxna, brilliant and highly gifted apprentice. Louise Dioxna. Gifted apprentice? Remember what he said in his testimony? That night he was at the mountain shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you all seen the sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Uh-oh, the judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Well, Wright, there's no for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was done by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yes, I'm pretty sure it does. I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with this sketch? Upside down? Why did Gaddot say that? Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is this sketch trying to show? I don't think old Whiskerface is going to forgive any more mistakes. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. The sketch done by Louis Dioxna is... Something is honestly funny about the sketch. I'm no art critic, but even I can see that. No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Luis the Oxen stated over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, this sketch contradicts reality as we know it. Contradicts reality? This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, try it. So it exactly contradicts reality as we know it.
Take that!
Is this wire connected to the bridge? The wire? Is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed! Then so is the reality it supposedly conflicts with. So is something that will point out how this sketch contradicts reality.
Take that!
There's a foot of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes, now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But on the actual Dusky Bridge, jumping Jehoshaphat, the wires are below the guard wires. What? Order! This sketch is somewhat different than we've depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely that the artist is so wrong? Perhaps it's drew it wrong. Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Clarice, I made a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question. Why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Luis was doing when he witnessed this event? He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and finally he laid down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Luis must have been in at that time. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did. Lying on his back? I can't see how it relates. But it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. Ah! Wait. Luis the Oxen witnessed the event where he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down! So then the sketch should actually... I think you finally get it, Your Honor! The correct way to view the Luis the Oxen sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge, it was actually swinging below. That's right, just like a pendulum! It's ridiculous! Order! All the things you say. Pendulum? The bridge was burning to a crisp. There's no way to get across it. If the body had been found by the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side. And a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Objection!
Think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you have to plan ahead.
Objection!
Lightning strike that night can only have been an accident. So it doesn't make sense that the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. Please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to put a pendulum?
Take that!
And that meaning of this is, if you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. Ah! It's one of the wires from the bridge. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The crewmen didn't have any time to waste, so they tied the wire around at least the opposite body. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. Huh. Mr. Gaddot! Mr. Gaddot was more focused on his coffee than answering my question. The odds of a wolf being readily available will be high. I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection!
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Right. I wonder if we can prove what happened to us. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was thrown over like a pendulum?
Take that!
Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple. That was the spot with a criminal. Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. The body was pushed from this point here. It would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point. Drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What makes you think that something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests the body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overstrung due to the full momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. Yes, blood-stained amethyst crystal. It's the one that came off of Miss Elise Yoxum's staff. And even more important is that place where this crystal sphere was found. Indeed, it's always marked on its overhead map. The crystal was found. Precisely, Your Honor. The very spot where the person would arrive if given the right amount of speed. This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. Impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. Mr. Wright? I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Gaddot? That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Wright. You forgot about one thing. What would that be? The aroma. Huh? Coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma. The rest of the court doesn't speak cockiness. Can you elaborate a bit more? If the criminal had sent the body to the other side like you say, then naturally there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross the ski bridge, so who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, Wright? Mr. Gaddot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. The body can be made as to a temple by an accomplice. Very well, then. Please, Mr. Wright. Who was the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple's side?
Take that!
only be you, Sister Iris. Huh? Ah! But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Woods is by snowmobile. Oh, bad facts. You can never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it.
Objection!
Right. You even listening to the witness's testimony? Undeniably quiet, this little cutie pie was on cleanup duty at the Innocent Temple Garden after the murder daughter bloodbath.
Objection!
I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Gaddot? This witness was also seen at House Square Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred, something you should have already known. No, I have no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help, so you should have known about it. In fact, it would be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not Willie Iris to begin with. What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright? What? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakoa Temple?
Objection!
Are you serious? Try. You mean this woman is? No one besides Iris that could have received this corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. I'll hold the chains of Sunday from yesterday. Otherwise he's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand, her real name is?
Take that!
I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time. Dahlia Hawthorne. Hawthorne? Sister Iris has a twin sister. You're looking at her. It's Dahlia Hawthorne. Some bells. Distinct bells, but bells nonetheless. Is this your imagination, Gramps? This file contains all the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne. Case 5 years ago. Her name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to see her in your noble presence. The honor is mine. No, the honor is all mine. But, up to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. His execution was carried out last month. So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom. What? Order. Wait a moment. How can you? My sister, she's already dead. What kind of?
Objection!
You of all people should already understand after all. The blood of the master of the quiet channeling technique flows within that body. The quiet channeling technique? Well, I heard that before. That's right, you're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes.
Objection!
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happened.
Objection!
It was no coincidence. The whole thing was Papa planned from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions. To What's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dolly Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakor Temple. 2 of them. Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. The real Iris. And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris is the bikini Sartino Temple was someone else just as her, namely one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection!
You even know what you're saying, Wright? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true that you found plans that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness couldn't claim the witness stand is the real Iris. What? Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After witnesses to the beginning of the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. Had received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakor Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. Ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose. Can't deny any of that. Thank goodness. Looks like he's finally convinced. Something still seems off. Way off. I'm not convinced that Iris was the same one from the other night. I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous. Like the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places. Switched places? To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, which means they must have switched places somewhere. Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakor Temple, has there been any chance for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne? Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh, explain yourself. Yes, stay for a few minutes. Iris is real, that's unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a model such potential to run freely like that? Sorry, I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. The person who gave Iris a chance to freely move around was...
Take that!
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not? An earthquake? Earthquake! My goodness, the inner temple! This kind of trouble might... How could I have? She fled. She escaped. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling it. Be quiet. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. That voice. Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for a name and profession. That's one of my rules. Dahlia Hawthorne. And my current profession? Permanently retired. So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. What is going on here? Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her, and for myself.